They attacked a human ship expecting surrender. Humans responded with total obliteration. The Horizon Dawn moved through the black emptiness of space like a small silver fish in a vast ocean. Its lights blinked softly against the dark void, and the stars stretched endlessly in every direction. Captain Alex Carter sat in the command chair, his hands resting lightly on the armrests, his eyes focused on the main viewing screen. It was calm now, but Alex knew that calm in space was always dangerous. He had learned that lesson a long time ago. "Captain," said Lily Grant, the ship's navigation officer, her voice careful and calm. "Sensors are picking up a large fleet approaching from the Theta sector. It's not human." Alex straightened, his eyes narrowing.
"How many ships?"
he asked. "Too many to count at this distance," Lily replied. Her fingers moved over the console as she tried to estimate the numbers. "They're big, armored, definitely military." Ben Turner, the chief engineer, leaned over from the engine console. "We're in Karuun space, aren't we? I mean, this far out, there shouldn't be any trouble, right?" Alex shook his head slowly. "No, Ben. Trouble finds humans everywhere." He stood and walked toward the observation window, his gaze fixed on the approaching shapes. The fleet glimmered faintly as it reflected the distant starlight, each ship angular, sharp, and alien. "They've seen us," Lily said. "They're stopping. Pop. Keep communications open. Let's see if they want to talk, or if they just came to scare us." A moment later, the communication panel blinked. A strange, distorted voice filled the room. The sound was rough and mechanical, but the words were clear. "Human vessel," the alien commander said. "You are in Karuan space. Surrender immediately. Resistance will be met with destruction." Alex studied the console. The aliens did not seem to understand humans. They assumed that humans would beg for mercy, that humans would be afraid. That had always been their mistake.
"Open a channel," Alex said. "Let them see that we are listening." The main screen lit up with the image of the alien commander.
Its face was insect-like, with sharp, shiny eyes, and a hard exoskeleton that glinted under the light of their ship. Its voice, though translated into English, carried the harshness of its own language. "Your technology is limited. Your weapons are primitive. Your species is weak. Surrender now, and we may allow you to live." Alex leaned back in his chair, his expression calm. "I'm afraid we cannot comply," he said quietly. "We are on a peaceful mission, but we will defend ourselves if attacked." There was a pause. Then the alien commander's voice became harsher, sharper. "You have been observed. You are alone. You will not survive. Prepare to be destroyed." Ben muttered under his breath, "Well, that's not encouraging." Lily's hands flew over the navigation console, scanning for escape routes. "Captain, if they fire, we can't outrun them."
"They're faster than us and stronger. Our only chance is to fight smart."
Alex nodded. "I know."
"But first, we need to understand them. Everything we do now will decide if we live or die." He turned to the rest of the bridge crew. "Everyone, stay calm. Run all sensor sweeps. Prepare the ship for defensive maneuvers. And keep your heads. Panicking won't help anyone." The crew moved efficiently. Warnings and alerts flashed across the panels. The ship's small guns were brought online, shields activated, and escape thrusters checked. The Horizon Dawn was an exploration cruiser, not a warship, but Alex had confidence in his team. They had trained for emergencies, and now the test had arrived. Outside, The alien fleet had formed a semicircle around the Horizon Dawn. The ships were massive, each one larger than anything humanity had built in recent decades. Their weapons glowed faintly, signaling readiness. The aliens were not bluffing. They believed humans would surrender, and their arrogance made them careless. Alex tapped the intercom. "Ben, any word on the defensive systems?" Ben replied without looking up from his console.
All operational. Shields at 85%.
"Laser turrets online. Emergency countermeasures ready. I've got a few surprises in reserve if they get too close." Lily's voice came from the navigation panel. "Captain, they're moving into attack formation. I think they're going to test us." Alex exhaled slowly. "Then let's see how they handle a human test." He pressed a few buttons on the control panel. A low hum began, vibrating through the hull. The ship was ready, not just to survive, but to fight. The aliens fired first. A streak of blue energy shot from the lead Karun ship. It struck the shields of the Horizon Dawn, causing a ripple across the surface of the vessel. The crew held their positions, unflinching. "Shields holding at 90%, Ben reported. Nothing critical yet." "Return fire?" Lily asked, her eyes wide as she watched the sensors. Alex shook his head.
Not yet.
"We need to see how they move, where their weak points are. Hasty attacks could get us destroyed." The aliens pressed closer. Their confidence was visible in the movements of their fleet. They assumed humans were weak, predictable, and easy to eliminate. They could not see the mind behind Alex's calm expression, the quick thinking behind every action the Horizon Dawn took. Suddenly, the aliens sent a warning message. "Surrender now, or all aboard will die." Then he pressed a button on his console. "Send this message to Earth," he said. "No distress call, just information."
They need to know what just happened.
The ship's communication systems transmitted a data burst, invisible to the aliens but picked up by human sensors across the galaxy. It was a calculated move. Earth would now know the strength of the Karun fleet, their positions, and their intentions. Alex was already thinking, 3 steps ahead. The first alien boarding pods moved toward the Horizon Dawn. They were fast, small, and designed to crush resistance quickly. But Alex had anticipated this. He tapped a sequence on the console, and the ship's emergency systems came alive. Doors sealed, gravity fields shifted, and automated defense drones emerged from hidden compartments. The boarding aliens were caught off guard. The drones attacked with precise strikes, knocking them back before they could even breach the hull. The humans on the bridge watched quietly, not celebrating, but taking mental notes. "They were learning, adapting, Captain," Lily said, her voice steady. "They're trying another approach."
They're changing formation. Alex nodded.
Let them. That's fine.
"We'll see what else they have." He leaned back in his chair, fingers stippled. "The key is patience. The Coalition thinks this is a game they can win. They're about to find out that humans played differently." The alien fleet paused. Their commander's image flickered on the screen again. "This is your last chance. Surrender, and we may consider mercy." Alex smiled faintly. "Mercy isn't something humans ask for when they are cornered." And then the first real attack began. Energy blasts tore through the blackness of space, and the Horizon Dawn shook as the shields absorbed the impact. Ben's hands flew over the engine controls, redirecting power to stabilize the ship. Lily calculated evasive maneuvers while monitoring the alien fleet's every movement. Every action had purpose. Every reaction was precise. The Horizon Dawn may have been alone in Karun space, but it was far from helpless. The aliens believed they had trapped a small, weak ship. They did not realize that humans had survived far worse, and they had a determination that no amount of technology could break. Hours passed, though it felt like minutes. The alien fleet circled the horizon dawn, testing it, probing for weakness, but every strike they made was anticipated. Every move was countered, and in the quiet moments between attacks, Alex planned the next step. Finally, he stood from his chair, looking at his crew. "We're not surrendering. We're not hiding. But we are ready for them. Whatever comes next, we meet it head on. That's what makes us human." The aliens did not understand that resolve. They assumed fear, they expected panic, and they counted on weakness. But Alex and his crew had neither. They had only one goal: survive, adapt, and teach the Coalition a lesson they would never forget. Outside, the alien ships hovered, waiting for the humans to yield. Inside, the horizon dawn prepared for the fight of its life. And in that silent moment, between stars and threats, the humans and the aliens stared at each other across the void, each unaware of the full power the other could unleash. The first battle had begun, but it was only the beginning. The horizon dawn shook as another wave of alien energy blasts hit its shields. The hum of the engines and the vibration through the hull were constant reminders that the ship was in the middle of hostile territory. Captain Alex Carter stayed in his command chair, calm but alert, his eyes scanning the main screen for any sign of weakness in the alien fleet. "Shields down to 60% on the starboard side," Ben Turner reported, his voice steady despite the alarms flashing across his console. "If they keep hitting that angle, we'll have a breach in 10 minutes. Divert extra power to the starboard shields and prepare emergency barriers. Lily, can you calculate an evasive route through their formation?"
Lily Grant's fingers moved quickly over the console.
"It's risky. Their formation is tight. But if we make a sudden maneuver, we can split their attention. Some of their ships might collide with each other if we force them to adjust too fast." "Let's make them pay for underestimating us." The alien fleet had expected an easy victory. They had assumed that humans would surrender, that a single small cruiser would have no chance against hundreds of heavily armed ships. But the Horizon Dawn was no ordinary exploration vessel. It was equipped with advanced experimental defenses that had never been tested in combat, at least not outside Earth's secret programs. Ben tapped a sequence on the console, and hidden compartments opened along the sides of the ship. Small drones rolled out, each one the size of a human torso, armed with compact energy weapons and programmed for autonomous defense. The drones moved silently, invisible to the alien sensors, ready to intercept boarding teams. "Drones are active and armed," Ben said. "They will handle any incoming boarding attempts automatically." "Good," Alex said. "We need them. That will keep our attention free for larger threats." The aliens launched their first boarding pods. Small, fast ships detached from the main fleet, racing toward the horizon dawn like deadly insects. But the drones detected them immediately. They fired in precise bursts, cutting through the alien pods before they could even reach the ship's hull. Several pods were destroyed in quick succession, their debris floating harmlessly into the void. Lily watched the sensors carefully. "Captain, they're not giving up. More pods are coming, and they're altering their approach angles. They're learning from our moves."
Alex nodded. Good.
"Let them learn. We'll be ready." Outside, the alien fleet adjusted its formation. Massive warships fired coordinated energy beams, aiming directly at the horizon dawn. The shields flared under the pressure, and the ship trembled with the force of the impacts. Inside, the crew held their positions, eyes sharp, minds clear. "Shields down to 40%, Ben shouted. "We can't hold this much longer if they keep hitting at this angle. Divert all auxiliary power to the shields and engines. We're going to move fast." Lily. Initiate evasive pattern Delta 9. Full speed. The Horizon Dawn surged forward, its engines roaring as it veered suddenly to the right. The alien fleet had not expected such a rapid move. Some of their larger ships struggled to adjust, causing brief collisions between their own vessels. Sparks and fragments of metal drifted in space as the humans executed their maneuver perfectly. "Excellent work," Alex said. "Keep them distracted. Ben, ready the internal defenses. Lily, track their weak points."
We're going to fight smart, not hard. Inside the ship, the crew worked in perfect synchronization.
Ben monitored the energy flow, redirecting power to critical systems. Lily analyzed the alien fleet, finding gaps in their shields and patterns in their attacks. Alex coordinated the entire operation, giving orders that were calm, clear, and precise. The aliens, frustrated by the Horizon Dawn's unexpected maneuvers, decided to escalate. They fired a concentrated volley at the ship, massive energy beams converging on its position. The shields flared violently, absorbing most of the impact, but the hull groaned under the stress. "Captain," Ben said, eyes wide, "we're going to need to use the special protocols if they keep this up. The shields won't last." "Do it. Activate the black box defense systems." A low hum filled the ship, and a faint glow spread across the hull. Hidden compartments opened, releasing more drones and activating experimental systems that even the crew had never fully seen in action. The ship's internal gravity fields shifted, creating zones that repelled intruders and disrupted incoming attacks. Energy barriers materialized inside corridors, preventing any boarding parties from moving freely. The first group of alien boarding troops reached the hull, only to be caught in a pulse field that hurled them back into space. Others tried to breach doors, but the internal barriers activated just in time, crushing their advance. "They're not expecting this," Lily said, a hint of excitement in her voice. "They thought we were weak. They thought we'd surrender." Alex's eyes were sharp, focused. "Let's make them regret that assumption." He tapped a sequence on the console, and the Horizon Dawn released a stream of sensor-disrupting signals. The alien fleet struggled to adjust. Their weapons misfired, their targeting systems glitched, and some of their ships collided as they tried to correct their positions. "Look at that," Ben said, a smile creeping onto his face despite the tension. "They're falling apart because they think they're in control. That's the mistake everyone makes." The aliens launched another wave of attacks, larger and more coordinated than before. Energy beams tore through space, drones intercepted pods, and the ship's shields absorbed every impact. Inside, the crew moved like a single organism, each action precise, each command executed without hesitation. "Captain, they're adjusting again," Lily said. "This time they're trying a direct strike at the engine core. If they hit it, we'll be dead. Divert everything to the engine shields. Prepare for counterstrike. Ben, deploy additional drones near the hull. Lily, guide them to intercept any approaching pods." The ship responded instantly. Shields brightened around the engine core, drones moved into position, and the Horizon Dawn maneuvered sharply, avoiding the brunt of the attack. One of the alien pods collided with a drone, exploding into pieces that floated silently in space. "They're persistent," Ben said. "But they're not thinking. They're reacting. That's their weakness." Alex nodded. "And we'll use it." He tapped another command. The ship's black box sent out a silent data burst, invisible to the aliens. It contained information about the Horizon Dawn's capabilities, but more importantly, it carried a warning to Earth. Humans were not defenseless. If the aliens attacked another human ship, they would meet the same fate. Outside, the alien fleet tried to regroup. Their attacks became more chaotic, less coordinated. The Horizon Dawn's defenses were designed to adapt, to learn from incoming threats. Every strike the aliens made was analyzed and countered in real time. "Captain, the boarding pods are retreating," Lily reported. "They're confused, unsure of how to proceed." Alex allowed himself a small smile. "Good. Keep them that way. Don't give them a chance to organize." The aliens tried a new tactic, sending a massive energy wave toward the Horizon Dawn. The ship's shields absorbed the blast, but the force pushed the vessel backward, and the hull creaked under the pressure.
Shields at 50% overall, Ben said. We can't keep taking hits like this.
Alex thought quickly. "Prepare the gravity pulse. If they push again, we'll push back harder." The crew moved in unison, activating a hidden system that created a localized gravity field around the ship. When the aliens tried to strike again, the field disrupted their formation, causing ships to collide and energy beams to miss. Several of the alien vessels spun out of control, damaged by their own attacks. "They're learning too late," Alex said. "We've adapted faster than they can react." Lily's fingers flew across the console. "Captain, their command ship is trying to coordinate them."
"But our drones are intercepting the communications. They can't give proper orders."
Perfect, Alex said. Keep them blind.
"Keep them frustrated. Make them regret thinking they could attack humans easily." The Horizon Dawn had transformed from a small exploration vessel into a formidable defense platform. Drones moved like swarms of protective insects. Gravity fields shifted to control the battlefield, and energy pulses disrupted the aliens' coordination. Every attack from the Karun fleet was met with precise countermeasures. Hours passed in this deadly dance. The alien fleet was powerful, but the Horizon Dawn was smarter. The humans used every tool at their disposal, outthinking and outmaneuvering the attackers. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the alien commander's voice crackled over the communication system. "Human vessel, we underestimated you. This is unacceptable. Surrender now, or all will be lost." Alex leaned forward. "We don't surrender. But you should know that attacking humans has consequences. We may be explorers, but we are not defenseless. You have tested us, and you have found out that humans fight back, smarter, faster, stronger." There was silence on the alien end, broken only by the soft hum of the Horizon Dawn systems. Outside, the alien fleet hovered, damaged, disorganized, and unsure of what to do next. Alex looked at his crew, pride and determination in his eyes. "We survived the first wave, but this is only the beginning. They will come back, stronger." "We need to be ready," Ben grinned. "Captain, if this is what they call attack, I can't wait to see what happens next." Lily laughed softly, tension easing slightly. "They thought they could scare us. Instead, they've only made us stronger." Alex nodded.
Exactly.
"And when they return, they will face humans who don't just survive, they dominate. Remember this moment. The Horizon Dawn may be alone out here, but we are not weak. We are human. And we fight like it." Outside, the alien fleet began to retreat, regrouping, unsure of what they had encountered. They had expected surrender, but humans did not give up easily, and the Horizon Dawn, battered but unbroken, continued its journey through the stars, a small ship with a crew capable of defeating fleets far larger than themselves. The alien fleet had retreated, damaged and confused, but they would not give up. Captain Alex Carter watched them on the main screen, his jaw tight, eyes narrowed. They had learned one very important thing. Humans did not surrender. That lesson came at a price, but it was one the Karawoon Coalition would pay dearly. "Captain," Lily Grant said, pointing at the console, "their ships are scattered. Some of them are barely functional. If we strike now, we can cripple their fleet completely." Alex leaned back in his chair, thinking, "We don't want to just defend ourselves anymore. We need to show them that attacking humans has consequences." Ben prepped the weapons.
We're going on the offensive. Ben Turner's eyes lit up.
"Finally, I've been waiting for this. The main cannons, drones, gravity pulses, all ready to go. Just give the word." Alex smiled faintly. "Then let's give them a lesson they won't forget." The Horizon Dawn surged forward, engines glowing as it moved into a position where the scattered alien ships were most vulnerable. The Karawoon fleet, thinking they had shaken the humans, was about to discover how wrong they were. The first target was a warship larger than anything humanity had ever faced. It had fired the most powerful blasts at the Horizon Dawn earlier, and Alex wanted it neutralized first. He tapped a sequence on the console, and the ship's main energy cannons charged, humming like a living beast. "Fire when ready," he said calmly. Ben pressed the launch sequence. A beam of concentrated energy shot from the Horizon Dawn, striking the alien warship's hull. Sparks flew, metal twisted, and the ship shuddered violently. The alien vessel tried to respond, but the Horizon Dawn had calculated its weak points. Another shot hit, and a part of the ship's armament exploded, leaving it disabled and drifting.
Good start, Alex said. Keep going.
"Lily, guide the drones to intercept any escape pods. We don't want them regrouping." Lily nodded. "On it." The small drones darted into space like swarms of insects, tracking and disabling escape crafts before they could reach the main fleet. The Karawoon commander's voice crackled over the communication system. "Human vessel."
You will regret this. We will destroy you.
Alex leaned forward. "Try your best. We've survived your attacks already."
Now it's our turn. The Horizon Dawn moved with precision, targeting each damaged alien ship.
Small energy beams disabled shields, drones tore through engines, and gravity pulses disrupted formations. Every attack was measured, every strike intentional. The humans were no longer on the defensive. They were predators in space. One of the alien ships attempted a sudden strike, rushing toward the Horizon Dawn to ram it. Ben's fingers flew over the console. "Gravity pulse! Activated!" A force field expanded around the ship, pushing the alien vessel away violently. It spun out of control, colliding with another damaged ship. Sparks and metal debris floated silently in space. "Nice work," Alex said. "Keep the pressure on." "Don't give them time to recover." The Karawoon fleet tried to regroup, but they were already disorganized. The Horizon Dawn exploited every weakness. The alien ships had relied on numbers and intimidation, but humans had strategy, adaptability, and intelligence. "Captain, one of their command ships is trying to escape," Lily said. "If we let it go, they'll call for reinforcements." "Not an option. Target it." The main cannons fired again, and a beam of concentrated energy struck the alien command ship. Its shields flickered, then failed completely. Drones swarmed it, cutting through defenses, disabling engines, and rendering it helpless. The command crew tried to communicate with the rest of the fleet, but the Horizon Dawn's interference scrambled their signals.
"They can't coordinate anymore," Lily said, excitement in her voice.
They're blind. Good. Alex said, we'll keep it that way.
The Horizon Dawn moved through the scattered enemy ships like a predator through a herd. Every strike was precise, calculated, and devastating. The Karuan fleet, which had expected an easy victory, was being obliterated by a single small human ship. "Captain," Ben said, "their shields are down across the board. We can finish this." "Do it." But we hit only military targets. No civilian colonies, no non-combat vessels. They need to know humans are fair, but deadly if attacked. The ship's cannons fired again, taking out the remaining operational alien warships. Gravity pulses disrupted formations. Drones disabled any remaining boarding craft, and small energy beams penetrated shields with surgical precision. Within hours, the Karuan fleet was no longer a fleet. It was a collection of drifting wrecks. Outside, the void was littered with broken ships, floating debris, and silence. The Horizon Dawn floated through the remains, untouched, unharmed, and unbroken. "We've done it. They won't be trying this again anytime soon." "Captain, it's hard to believe we managed this. Against so many ships. Alone." Alex smiled faintly. "We weren't alone. We had each other. That's what humans do. We fight together, think together, and never give up. That's why we survive, and why we win." Ben leaned back in his chair. "I'll admit I didn't expect to come out of this with all systems intact. But I knew we could do it. Humans always find a way." Alex nodded. "And now they know." The Karun Coalition will remember this day. They attacked thinking we would surrender. They met a human who fights back. Not just fights, dominates. That's the difference. The ship moved slowly through the wreckage, sensors scanning for any survivors or threats. Most of the alien vessels were destroyed, some drifting silently, while a few escape pods floated, empty or damaged beyond repair. The humans had shown mercy where it mattered. They struck only at military targets, sparing civilians. "Captain," Lily said, "I'm picking up a signal from one of their surviving ships."
It's weak, almost a distress call.
"Open a channel. Let them send their message." The Karawoon commander appeared on the screen, battered, exhausted, and furious. "Human vessel, you cannot be allowed to live." Alex looked at him steadily.
You tested us.
"You attacked us, expecting surrender. You failed. Remember this, humans are explorers, yes, but if you threaten us, we respond. We do not hesitate, and we do not forgive easily." The alien commander's image flickered, and then the transmission cut off. The Horizon Dawn remained silent, drifting through the void, surrounded by the wreckage of the defeated fleet. "Captain," Ben said quietly, "that was total annihilation. They won't be coming back for a long time, if ever." Alex nodded. "And when they do, they'll remember what humans are capable of. But for now, we survive. And that's enough." The crew took a moment to breathe, to let the tension ease. But Alex knew better than anyone that the galaxy was vast and dangerous. The Karuun Coalition was not the only species that underestimated humans. But for now, the Horizon Dawn had proven one simple truth. Humans, when pushed, fought not just to survive, but to dominate. "Set a course for the nearest human outpost," Alex said. "We need to report this and prepare for whatever comes next. And we need to fix the ship."
Lily nodded, fingers flying across the console. Course set.
Engines at full power. Ben checked the systems. Hull damage minimal. Shields will need repair, but we're ready for the next challenge. Alex leaned back in his chair, looking at the stars ahead. The galaxy has learned a lesson today. Humans are not weak. Humans are not afraid. And humans are never to be underestimated. As the Horizon Dawn moved through the silent remnants of battle, the crew shared quiet smiles, relief, and a growing sense of pride. They had faced impossible odds, survived, and struck back with precision. They were humans. They were explorers, and they were deadly when forced to defend what was theirs. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, but the Horizon Dawn moved confidently, a small ship with a crew capable of facing anything the galaxy could throw at them. The battle was won, but the war of survival in the stars had only just begun. The Horizon Dawn moved steadily through the quiet of space. The alien fleet had been crushed, their ships drifting as lifeless metal among the stars. Captain Alex Carter watched the main screen, eyes calm but alert. The Karaun Coalition had learned a lesson the hard way. Humans did not surrender, and when pushed, humans responded with overwhelming force. "Captain," Lily Grant said, pointing at the sensor console, "we're detecting escape pods. Some of them are moving toward Karun's home system. They could warn the others. We can't allow that. If they survive, they'll tell their government what happened. We need to end this before it spreads." Ben Turner leaned over his console, fingers ready on the controls. "Our weapons are ready, Captain. We can hit them from here. Disable anything that moves. No mercy if they try to fight again." Alex took a deep breath. "Then we finish this. But remember, only military targets. Civilians stay out of it. We're showing strength, not cruelty." The Horizon Dawn jumped into high speed, moving toward the heart of the Karun Coalition. Sensors showed massive shipyards, weapons platforms, and orbital defense stations. All were vulnerable now that the main fleet had been destroyed. "Target the weapons first," Alex ordered. "We neutralize their ability to attack. After that, we decide how far to go." The ship's cannons fired, precise and unstoppable. Energy beams tore through alien gun emplacements, destroying defensive platforms before they could fire back. Drones swarmed, cutting communication lines and disabling power generators. The Karaun planetary defenses flared, but they were too late. The Horizon Dawn systems were faster, smarter, and more adaptive than anything the aliens had prepared for. "Captain, their orbital stations are collapsing," Lily reported. "Shields are down, and the factories are offline." Alex nodded. "Good. Keep moving. Don't let them rebuild anything." Ben watched the readings, smiling faintly. "Every strike we make is calculated. They'll never see it coming. Their command structures are already gone." The Horizon Dawn continued, moving closer to the Karun home planet. The alien ships that had survived earlier now floated powerless, unable to organize, unable to escape. Every defensive system was either destroyed or disabled. Humans had not just survived, they had turned the fight into total domination. "Captain, sensors show life signs on some of the surviving vessels," Lily said. "Mostly military personnel. No civilians. We disable their ships completely. No chance of regrouping. Humanity cannot be tested again like this. Make sure no one can repair these vessels quickly." The ship's gravity pulses tore through the hulls of the remaining warships, sending them spinning into space. Drones infiltrated the systems, shutting down engines, shields, and weaponry. The Karun soldiers were powerless to stop it. "They won't be coming back," Ben said. Not for a long time, anyway. Let them remember today, Alex said quietly. Every attack, every miscalculation, every assumption they made about humans, they'll remember. Massive laser turrets lined the surface, designed to stop any intruder, but they had never faced a human ship like this. Alex guided the Horizon Dawn carefully, avoiding the first waves of fire, then striking with precision. Each turret was destroyed before it could fire a second shot.
Captain, the planet's main shipyard is active, Lily said. They could build more ships if we leave it intact.
Then we destroy it. Humanity cannot allow them to rebuild what we've just destroyed. The Horizon Dawn fired a concentrated series of energy beams at the shipyard. Explosions rocked the surface of the planet, massive cranes and platforms collapsing into molten debris. The Karun fleet, if any had survived, would no longer have the resources to rebuild. Outside, the void was filled with floating wrecks and smoke from destroyed platforms. The humans had struck decisively, ensuring the coalition could never challenge them again. The lesson had been delivered. Attacking a human ship led to complete obliteration. Captain, Lily said, there's a signal coming from one of the last remaining command posts. It's weak, almost a plea for surrender. Put it through. The alien commander appeared on the screen, battered, exhausted, and trembling. Human, vessel, we cannot. Recover, please.
Mercy Alex looked at him steadily. You attacked us thinking we would surrender.
You underestimated humans. Your ships, your weapons, your fleet. It was no match for a single human cruiser. Humanity is not weak. Humanity is not afraid. You now have a choice. Surrender completely and survive, or resist and face total destruction. The alien commander's eyes widened, understanding finally dawning. He had expected surrender. He had not expected this. We understand. Surrender. Alex nodded. Good. Make sure everyone else knows the same. Let the galaxy hear it. Humans are explorers, but we are unstoppable when threatened. That is the rule of survival. Any species that attacks humans will not be tested twice. He turned to his crew. Set the course back to Earth. We have made our point. The galaxy will remember today, and humanity will not be tested again. The Horizon Dawn moved slowly through the field of wreckage, scanning for any remaining threats. The Karoan ships that had survived earlier were drifting powerless, and the orbital defenses of the planet were destroyed. The Coalition's ability to wage war had been completely dismantled. Captain, Ben said, it's hard to believe. We've done it. We've taken out a fleet and their main defenses, all alone.
Yes, but remember, this is only the beginning.
The galaxy is vast. Other species may challenge us, but we have proven one truth. Humans fight differently. Humans fight smart. Humans fight to win. And humans fight with everything they have. Lily smiled softly. They will never underestimate us again. Alex allowed himself a small smile. Exactly, and that is how it should be. Now we go home. Earth needs to know what happened. The Horizon Dawn jumped into hyperspace, leaving behind the destroyed remnants of the Karun Coalition. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, but the humans traveled confidently. They had faced impossible odds, survived, and struck back with precision. They had shown the galaxy that humanity was not to be tested. Weeks later, Earth received a full report from the Horizon Dawn. Every detail of the battle, Every tactic used, every strike made, was transmitted back. Scientists, military leaders, and government officials watched in awe. Humans had faced a fleet of superior ships and had emerged victorious. Captain Carter, a military official, said during the debriefing, "Your actions have changed the course of history. The Kharuun coalition will never threaten humans again, and the galaxy now knows what we are capable of."
Alex nodded. It was not just us.
The crew of the Horizon Dawn proved that humans, when working together, are unstoppable. That is the message the galaxy needs to understand. The official looked at him solemnly. They attacked expecting surrender.
You responded with total obliteration. That is...
Beyond anything anyone predicted. Alex leaned back, eyes thoughtful. Let them remember it. Let every species in the galaxy know. Attacking humans is not a test. It is a mistake they cannot survive. That is humanity's strength. That is humanity's rule. Outside, the Horizon Dawn rested in orbit around Earth. Battered but victorious. The crew had survived what no one thought possible. They had proven that humans were not weak, not afraid, and not to be underestimated.
Captain, Lily said softly, we did it. The galaxy knows. Alex looked out at the stars, thinking of the thousands of other systems humans had yet to explore.
Yes, Lily, but more importantly, we know ourselves. And that knowledge will keep us alive, always. The Horizon Dawn had faced impossible odds, survived, and struck decisively. The Kharuun coalition was finished as a threat. Humanity had sent a clear message across the stars. They were explorers, but when attacked, they responded with total obliteration. And the galaxy would never forget it.